Hello kids, how are you? Welcome to another science class. I'm so happy to get to your house through this video again. Alright, so this week kids, we are going to continue with Unit 5, Ecosystems, the second part, okay? So, right now kids, please open your book, your science fiction book, please, and on page 263. This one here, this part, is how do environmental changes affect organisms? Lesson 3. Okay, so let's start. Engage your brain, kids. Okay, so find the answer to the following questions in this lesson and record it here. Okay, so you know what to do here. Fill in the blanks this part, kids, and then active reading. Okay, lesson vocabulary. List the terms as you learned about each one. Make notes in the interactive glossary. Remember, kids, in the last class, talking and learning about ecosystem, we have learned about habitats. We have learned about population, about environment, in all these terms. So we're going to continue with this during this class. Okay, so now, kids, let's go to page 264 and 265. Okay. Change comes naturally, right? This part here. Okay, so all environments change it over time. Some changes happen slowly, while others occur quickly. Active reading. Over hundreds of thousands of years, mountains weather and erode, rivers cut canyons into rock and change course through valleys and plains. Gradual changes like these affect the organisms that live in environments. Weather patterns change it over time, as well, like changes to the land. Climate changes affect organisms throughout Earth's history. The average temperature has gone up and down many times. An ice age happens when Earth temperatures are colder than normal for a very long time. Large areas of land are covered with ice for thousands of years. During warmer climate cycles, ice melts and uncovers land. Okay, so look at this picture, kids. During the last ice age, ice nearly 4 kilometers thick. Wow, imagine this thick, 4 kilometers. It's a lot. It was really very big. Covered much of North America. Because the ice held so much frozen water, the level of the oceans dropped and coastlines changed. All right, remember, kids, climate changes is a very important part of Earth history. How can this change a lot of things? So imagine now, for example, kids, right now, during this week, you have learned during these days, about this storm, raining storm, which is called Amanda, all right? And it's now doing a lot of bad things. It's on the Pacific coast, and right now is going through this area in Central America. And, this is part of the climate changes. Sometimes this happens because of the warming, of the problem with the warming we have in planet Earth, the global warming, which is really affects all regions around the world. So that's why we have to always, be alert. And always we have to keep an eye on all this. And as I always tell you kids, we have to take care of our environment, where we live. Because all these sudden changes, is because there is a lot of pollution, and these kind of things happen right now so regularly. Okay, so let's continue on page 265, kids, and this part. So let's talk about volcanic eruptions. Well, volcanic eruptions, in Guatemala, there are a lot of volcanoes, and I have climbed and hiked so many here in Guatemala, which are so beautiful, kids. And there are, here in Guatemala, you have 3 active volcanoes, The first one is Pacaya volcano, the other one is Fuego volcano, and the third one is Santiaguito volcano, which is also active too. Okay. All right, so let's go to page 265. As I said, volcanic eruptions can quickly change the environment. Centuries of forest growth and the wildlife that live in it can be destroyed within hours. Earth is now in a warming cycle. Many scientists think this warming trend will continue and is in part linked to human activities, like pollution. Well, it is unclear how warming might affect the planet as a whole. As some areas become warmer, the organisms that inhabit those areas will move, adapt to the changes, or disappear. Many things can happen to change environments quickly as well. Heavy storms can cause floods that wash away land. Mudslides can destroy years of plant growth in minutes. Volcanic eruptions can be destructive, but they can also form entirely new land that will eventually be inhabited by plants and animals and become an ecosystem. Yes, like right now, for example, the storm I was telling you about, this one, which is called Amanda, is doing a lot of this kind of things, floods, for example, everywhere in the cities. So we had to, we had to be alert and we had to take care of this, So always taking our cautions at home. Okay, let's go to page 266. Next, please. This part, you see this? Okay, on this one, ecosystems change all the time, but the changes are often so slow that they are hard to notice. Yes. So on this one, active reading. The picture below shows how bare rock can change into an ecosystem filled with living things. The gradual change of organisms in an ecosystem is called succession. Alright? Remember these words, succession, kids. Okay? Which is here. Alright? And look at this picture. All this part. Alright. Finish reading this page, please. And then we go to the other one here. Okay? So this succession is something that happens after, It's a change in an ecosystem. Okay. And they are also classified. For example, the first, primary succession, begins on bare rock, such as after a volcano erupts. Thus settles in cracks in the rocks. The first organisms to colonize are called pioneer species. Okay. That is the primary succession. Now, there is another one. Secondary succession occurs more quickly than primary succession. The existing soil usually contains seeds and roots that sprout and grow after the fire is over. Okay, so primary succession, okay, for example, happens after, a volcanic eruption, but this primary succession, everything starts, returning to what it was normal, but gradually and is slowly, it's more slow. But on the secondary succession is different, for example, occurs after a fire. And this, starts again, plants and everything start growing again, but is more quickly than primary succession. Okay? Right, now let's go to page 268 and 269. For better or worse. What does this mean, for better or worse? Okay, let's find out, kids. Living things change the places where they live. Is this a good thing or a bad thing? It depends on your point of view. Okay, active reading. Organisms that live in an environment can cause huge changes. Changes can be both harmful and helpful. For example, when beavers make a dam, like do you know this popular cartoon, The Angry Beavers? I think, yes, they are. Oh, The Angry Birds. Well, but this one, The Angry Beavers too. Okay, they cut down many trees that provide food and shelter for other living things. In addition, the dam slows the flow of water, which affects animals that rely on faster flowing water to live. On the other hand, the dams produce wetlands, which provide homes for other organisms. Sometimes changes harm an ecosystem. Yeah, that's true. They can even harm humans. When large number of algae in bodies of water reproduce rapidly, the algae release large amounts of harmful chemicals into the water and cause oxygen levels to drop. The resulting condition is known as red tide, which can scale. Yeah, do you remember red tide? Sometimes when you go to the beach and you see, white, during the water, when you go to the beach and you see the sea, there is a red tide on it. It's because of this, because of the algae. Okay, so, this red tide, which can kill fish and other wildlife and can poison people. So that's why, when you see this red tide in the water, in the sea, sometimes, the consumption of shrimps and seafood is forbidden because it can poison people. All right, so after this, Look at this, the red tie, the picture on this part here, and then we see this other two pictures. Beavers changed their environment. You know, beavers, they do this, you know, it's like it's a dam they do, you know, to protect. That is where they live, and they're very good at doing that. Okay, beavers changed their environment by building dams across streams. The dams cause flowing water to back up and form ponds. Okay, a pond, you know, like a pool, you know, for the beavers, and they can enjoy and live peacefully there. Okay, these changes create environments where new plants and animals can establish themselves. All right, so now contrast. Okay, so here, fill in the blanks, these part kids. Okay, the contrast, which describe a way that the activities of beavers can be helpful to an ecosystem. Then describe one way in which their activities can be harmful. Helpful and harmful, these two parts. Okay, then after this, let's go to page 270 and 271. Okay, invasive species. Okay, so you may have seen a movie where space aliens invaded Earth. Invasions happen on Earth every day. Here's what happens when a new species moves into an environment. Wow, active reading. Sometimes the population of a species grows quickly after it is introduced into a new environment. That's true. This type of organisms is called an invasive species. Imagine, kids, you know, all humans, we live on planet Earth. But imagine if there was an invasion from Mars, and there were aliens, you know, there were aliens which they were coming to Earth to try to, you know, to take our lives, you know, and live in planet Earth. They will be invading us. Okay, so do you think it's good or bad? Well, okay, that is what you think. Maybe some people might think, yeah, it's good because they might teach us many things, but many might think no, because, you know, they are bad. They can harm us, you know. We could die. We could disappear as a human race, you know. But anyway, there are different theories about this. Okay, let's continue. The brown anole, anole is an invasive species of lizard brought into Florida, where populations of green anoles were common. Brown anoles quickly began to populate the region, competing for food. With green anoles, fewer predators ate brown anoles, so native green anoles died out. Okay, plants can be invasive too. Japanese honeysuckle grows quickly. It covers the ground with thick tangles of vines and leaves. Okay, so this is an example, okay, of these anoles. All right, these pieces here you can see on the book, and also the plant, the Japanese plant that it's here written on the book. Okay, it's mentioned on the book. All right, so now let's go to page 272 and 273. Okay, on this part, humans change the environment, right? Humans are not outside of the environment, and we have a large impact on our ecosystems. The effects of humans on the environment can be both harmful and beneficial. Yes. Okay, on this part, kids. So, how do you think it could be harmful or beneficial? Let's find out. Okay, human activities can harm an ecosystem. For example, people mine coal to produce energy for homes and businesses. Open pit mining, as shown here, kills all the plants living in the area where the mine is dug. Animals that depend on the plant for food must move. Yes, because they're invading their habitat. So, highways can also disrupt ecosystems. Land must be cleared of plant and animals before a highway can be built. Often hills get level and valleys can get filled in. Blocking streams, communities of plants and animals that live in the ecosystem can no longer survive. Humans produce a large amount of waste that is disposed of as trash. Most trash ends up in landfills. If landfills are not built properly, wastes can pollute soil and water. Pollution is the contamination of air, water, or soil by substances harmful to organisms. This is really bad, kids, you know. Do you know who is the species on planet Earth that pollutes and contaminates planet Earth the most? Yes, it's us, humans. We do these kind of things. Sometimes, you know, we don't respect the living of other species here in our planet. And sometimes because in the name of, you know, modernism or industry, you know, for example, they build a highway, they build a bridge, or because a factory, a very important factory, needs water, they destroy lands, water, lakes, rivers, and all these are polluted, contaminated by humans. And guess what? Many animals, which they had their habitats, their homes in these regions, in this part, they have to move and they have to go to other places if they are lucky, because many of them die during this process, because they don't know where to go. That's really bad. So we have to take care of our home, which is planet Earth. Remember, kids, we have to, if we eat something, if we use a bag, plastic bag, or whatever we have in our hands, we're not going to use it anymore. We have to take it with us and put it in a proper trash can. And if we are outside and we don't see any, we have to take our trash home and put it in a proper trash can. But please don't drop trash on the floor. Or if you go to a park, or if you walk on the street, please don't drop any trash. Because for every little piece of trash you drop makes a huge problem, a huge environmental problem. And we are going to suffer the consequences of all our actions. That's why, kids, we have to take care of our planet. Because we love our planet, we love our home, right? So we have to take care of it. Okay, so after this, go to page 273. What can you do to help, all right? So fill the blank here. You can write and mention what I just said. For example, not dropping trash on the floor, in a park, on the streets, respect the environment. That is one of the things, or many things we can do. Okay, all right, let's go to page 274 and 275. Why it matters. Gone, this part here. Look at this, kids. Okay. Some living things change when their environment changes. Some living things move to new places, others do not survive. Okay, all right, look at the first picture. What do you see? Yes, it's a T-Rex. A dinosaur, a very popular and huge dinosaur during those times. Okay, millions of years ago, Earth was covered with giant reptiles. New mass of those reptiles are extinct. Extinction happens when all the members of a certain species die. Giant reptiles such as the Tyrannosaurus rex, which is called the T-Rex, shown here lived on a time in which Earth was warm. Over time, the environment cooled and many of the reptiles could not survive. Okay, on the other one, golden toads. You see this one here? Toads. Yeah, golden toads were once numerous in a part of the mountainous tropical forest of Costa Rica. Scientists think a period of drought that dry up the pools where the toads laid their eggs and where tadpoles mature caused a rapid population decline. The drought also allowed a fungus that harmed the toads to spread. Golden toads have not been seen since 1989 and are thought to be extinct. Oh, that's bad. So, these golden toads might not exist anymore. Okay. All right, let's go to next page. The Tasmanian wolf. This part here, and this, you see this one here. Okay, the Tasmanian wolf lived in Australia and New Guinea. Rangers believe the wolves killed sheep and cattle, but this was never proven. The Tasmanian wolf was hunted to extinction by the 1930s. Oh, that's too bad. Okay, the Dodo bird. The Dodo bird, this one here. Look at this, the picture. The Dodo bird lived on an island in the Indian Ocean around 1600. People arrived on the island. They hunted the bird for food. They cut down the island forest to make room for houses. Invasive species such as cats and pigs brought by people destroyed the Dodo bird's nest. Within 80 years, Dodo birds were extinct. Oh, that's too bad too. Okay, so now look at this part here, time traveler. Fill in the blanks this part, please. If you could go back to the island of the Dodo birds in 1600, what advice could you give to help conserve Dodo birds? Okay, well, one of the things I might say is not to hunt this bird, because that was that was the main problem and the reason they disappeared. Okay, today people work to conserve habitats and protect organisms from extinction. Even so, many organisms are in danger of becoming extinct. As these organisms' environments continue to change, some will adapt, some will move, and some will not survive. Okay, all right, now. Oh, good, kids. Yeah, we go to page 276, 277, 278, 279, and 280. And guess what? Zoom it up. Yes, zoom it up. Brain check. These two, you know what to do? Then, after this, we go to apply concepts. And you have to do this part, this page too. Complete this part. Okay, remember kids, to put your name here, the name, all right? And after this, okay, go to page 280, all right? And after this, okay, go to page 285, which is the Unit 5 review. Okay, we finished Unit 5, kids. All right, so do this part, please. Then go to do page 286, 287, and 288, okay? This is the unit review, okay? The 5-unit review. And then we go to this part, all right? Page 288. And we're done for today. All right, kids? Thank you very much. Have a great start of the week. Okay, now we are in June. Today is June 1st. So we had to start very active, kids. And always remember to do your homework, study, and be good kids. And if you are going out, okay, don't forget to use your mask, all right? Always. And using your hand sanitizer, okay? Okay? Always do this good habits, all right? Now, our new good habits. Don't forget your hand sanitizer and your mask, all right, kids? Okay, so thank you very much for watching this video. See you soon. Bye. Zoom out.